All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystems. Now, we used to stream 2 times a day. Last year, we were on a nice streak of streaming 2 times a day, and then we stopped for a little bit. But now we are bringing it back, because what better time than the most bullish time right now, where Ethereum is about to break all-time highs? We're literally just a couple $100 away from breaking all-time highs right now. And Bitcoin is on the cusp of breaking another all-time high, going past $123,000. So, my friends, we thought this is the time. This is the time right now to be bullish, double streaming, okay? We're double dipping in the stream game once again. So, welcome. We're gonna figure out exactly what time we're gonna do this, on a normal basis. We're gonna try, 7:30 for now. We could try 8 o'clock, but you guys let me know in the chat what time is like a good time for you, or just a universal time that would work for everyone. And I would love your suggestions for a good time for us to do this second live stream. We also been trying to figure out the 11 a.m. time slot as well. We've been doing that for a long time. We still want to do that, but I think just doing 2 live streams a day would get just the bullish momentum going. So welcome everyone, and make sure you're tuning in on a normal basis. You are hitting that like button. I see we got some people in so far. So the first thing that you have to do, the only rule that I have, well, there's a few. Let's see. There's a couple. I want you to have fun. I want you to hit that like button. I want you to share this stream to a friend. I want you to repost this on X. So the best thing that you can do, you just take this link, you copy it, you put it in the whatever, live journal or MySpace or whatever you're using these days. And we are going to have some fun here. We're going to have some fun, my friends. So basic topic of discussion today is we're just going to get into the bullish momentum of Ethereum right now. If you look at Ethereum, we've been on a 2-week tear. So we have this first week right here, this weekly candle, nice weekly candle. We got this second weekly candle. We had just a bit of a consolidation right here, starting at the, just in the end of July. But then going into August, we've just been bullish ETH. And what was signaling this was the ETH Bitcoin dominance flip that started to happen here. You can see that the Bitcoin dominance was starting to trend down in this exact spot. This exact spot that we charted, we were saying that this was going to be the indication for us to be going into bullish Ethereum territory, and also for us getting into this like a pre-altcoin season. And the ETH dominance chart has just been super bullish, has been breaking out, and so the dominance has been flipping. We're getting this really nice V-shaped recovery that looks exactly like the BTC ratio for ETH. That's been breaking out. So what's really interesting is that because those charts look very similar, this has been a big catalyst for why Ethereum has been breaking out to begin with and trading really, really well alongside Bitcoin. And so the other catalyst is that we have seen massive inflows into the Ethereum ETFs that have matched basically Bitcoin's inflows. And if you guys remember, his historical chart of inflows for Bitcoin looked very similar to the beginning of how Bitcoin looked, where it was not heavy. It was like maybe a couple million, then nothing at all. And then all of a sudden, it started to look like this, where it was like $1 billion in one day. So on the 11th of this week, we had over $1 billion. And then yesterday we had $500 million. And I wonder, because of the nature of the price action today, the inflows for the ETFs have probably been really, really strong today, which is why we have this really strong price action on the USD pair for Ethereum and the USDT pair for Ethereum. We're tracking the USD pair for Ethereum on the Coinbase chart. We've actually just got a whale notification that we would be breaking or that we, where is it? Yeah, we had 60,000 ETH transferred from Coinbase Institutional to an unknown new wallet. So the whales are steadily taking Ethereum off exchanges, just like they have been with Bitcoin. And this is really starting to push the supply and demand economics and tokenomics into effect for Ethereum and Bitcoin. So we're having massive network effects right now. We're having massive network effects. And this is my price target here. Once we break through this resistance right here with the order block, if we go to, I think probably the daily is where we're going to really get the order block information here for Ethereum. And this is obvious previous bull market resistance. And the difference between this is that we were only on the daily candles here. We didn't stay there for very long. And the difference between, I think, the nature of the candles in this is that we have way more bullish momentum. This looked a little choppy over in November, because from that point, then a lot of the alts and Ethereum actually started to sell off into the alts, and that we saw that rotation. Now, this, I think, might be a lot different now, because the story for ETH and the institutional grade adoption now and trust for Ethereum for minting stable coins is going to push this thing into massive price discovery territory. First being the 1618, which is the $5,740 level, which is my price call right here. And I said on one of the TA breakdowns that we did on this live stream for Bitcoin, we actually watched it happened live. I think it happened live, or we called it live, and then it happened literally like hours later, where we had a similar setup happen, just like Bitcoin when it was at all-time highs. And this was from previous all-time highs resistance of the 109,000. And I said, if we break through that order block, okay, we will blast up to 115. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. We blasted through with strength, with a lot of strength, and we went into the next level, which was a 1618 Fibonacci extension, and it was sitting at 115,000. So the same setup is happening right now with Ethereum. If you can kind of look at it and compare it to how Bitcoin was acting, with the same type of institutional level eyes and liquidity coming into it, it's going to get wild, my friends. Anything is possible, just like Free just said. What's going on, Free? Welcome. So we got Eric Espacino in the house. Espacino. I'm gonna forever call you Eric Espacino. So I hope everyone's having a good night. I hope everyone is feeling good wherever you're watching from, whoever you are, wherever you are in the United States, in the world. If you are watching in South America, North America, if you're watching across the pond in the UK, if you're watching in Australia, all the people that are watching across all over the world, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you. We have Satoshi Nakamoto said, long time no see, man. I was on vacation. Yes, okay, so that's where everyone was. I was wondering where everyone was. On the summer vacations. I forget about that summer vacation. Yeah, Eric Espacino, that is your artist name. That is your Mexican. You are a Mexican, flamenco guitarist or something. Everyone, welcome to the stage, Eric Espacino. and the opener, Perdita. Everything just sounds Spanish to me, but we're happy you guys are here. We thought we'd have some people come on the late nights. You guys don't have anything better to do, but cheers, everyone. We're here hoping to catch an Ethereum break to an all-time high. We're hoping to catch this live, and we're just gonna hang out. But yeah, cheers, guys. Cheers. We got our Lambo. Everyone's always asking, when Lambo? All right, so yeah, Ethereum. That's my basic TA for Ethereum. And there's really nothing else. There's really nothing else to say about Ethereum besides that. I think that's clear resistance right here from previous bull market resistance. But the fact of the matter is that the MACD setup is a lot different. Like if you look at the MACD, we were crossing over bearish right here. Okay, you got to remember we were crossing over bearish 100%. And if you look here at the difference of the MACD, we're bullish crossing MACD. We were at a bearish cross with the orange line going over the blue and rolling over. So this is completely different. This is a completely different setup for Ethereum. And these jokers on the timeline are like, with no chin. Usually they don't have a chin, and they're hiding it with a neck beard, and then they shave the neck beard, and they have no chin. It's just literally like, it's like a trough or something. I don't even know what the heck it is. But those people are like, oh, we're just going to hit resistance, bro. We're just going to hit the resistance, bro. And it's like they're not even looking at the correlation between even just the basic indicators of the relative strength in the MACD. They're not even doing that. But I'm gonna do you a solid. I'm gonna do you a favor, and we're gonna show you that because no one else is. It's go time, baby. No one else is showing you this. Everyone else is like, oh, short your shorts, and I'm like, no, long your freaking longs because like this. I mean, you can't get any more bullish setup than this, especially with how we opened up today, shook people around a little bit. We just did a little liquidity sweep on Bitcoin. We just liquidated some of the immediate longs that came in FOMO longed. But really, that was all that was. That was just like, and people will overreact on that stuff, and it's just like, just chill. It's just like, if you take profits, then you wouldn't be so worried. But that's what we did. We tried to be aggressive. We took some profits. We did get chopped on one trade. So I will say it wasn't all like, it wasn't all good today. We did do a terrible trade. We took a FOMO trade into Pepe, and because we were trying to catch a falling knife. During that liquidity flush, we tried to catch a falling knife and we got swamped. But we did take most of the profits because that was like a little portion, but we took most of the profits. We bought some Bitcoin and we sent it into PHEMEX, where we actually are using a coin in perpetual, inverse perpetual, because we saw that strength on Bitcoin, and we went long with some of that, and then we bought some AVAX. So that was actually what we did earlier today. That was the strategy of using and putting our profits to work. You can do it in a lot of different ways. You can say, okay, I might want to roll it just right into stables and just like have stables sitting on the side. You can use it as your DCA accumulation strategy. There's a lot that you can do, but to keep it simple, this is how I like to do my strategy, and I know it works. It 100% works. It's only when you do too much and you're just like, you're distracted, you're just focusing on too many things, you're not locked in, you're not setting, your rules, and you're breaking your rules, there should be no negotiation, no breaking certain rules. Because if you've done this long enough, you have figured out what works, and you figure out when you stop doing what works, how quickly you can lose money, and you're like, damn, that even validates more that my strategy and plan works. When you stop doing it, that's when you lose the most money, and when you just and when you experience this, it's a really interesting experience, because it's just you're getting closer and closer. You're getting closer to trusting yourself more. You're getting closer to trusting your instincts. You're finding your edge. You're understanding and really learning how to read these markets and the charts. It's this moment that you can't really explain in words, but you can only be felt while you're experiencing this, especially when you're trading. And just like, it's wild. And when you start to lock into this method, and when you start to figure it out and you compound it and you don't get greedy, it's amazing what you can do. It can literally change the way that you think about making money, because we always think about how you make money like you have to work hard, you have to work long hours, you have to do all of this stuff, and there's this pre-programmed notion of how you're supposed to earn money, and trading busts that and cracks that in half, that whole perception of how you can completely flip that on its head. Completely flip it on its head. But it isn't easy, because if it was, everyone would do it, and it would just be like a cakewalk, and people would be making money, and everyone would be a trader. It takes discipline. It takes you getting chopped up a little bit, making some mistakes, and then just you become a ninja. And the allure alone that you can literally make a living by analyzing charts and clicking a button on a screen, you will never be the same. You will never be the same. And this is what we're trying to do. This is what we're trying to achieve. And through trading, and also through building up spot bag of cryptocurrencies, which is exactly what you guys need to be doing, not financial advice, but building up a bag of cryptocurrencies you could be holding for the next 10 years is what your mission needs to be to get yourself out of the damn rat race. And start thinking about what crypto companies you can start creating, how you're going to start accepting crypto for the stuff that you already do. I can't tell you how many musicians I encounter that don't even accept crypto yet. I'm like, guys, you need to be on stage saying, I accept Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin. I accept everything. I accept everything. Pepe. You got Pepe? I'll take some Pepe. Let's go, people. We gotta start. We gotta get on the ball. It's time to lock in. It's time to lock in the like buttons as well. Let's lock in those like buttons, because the only way we're going to crack through this shadow ban that I've had on forever from YouTube, I'm about to go to YouTube headquarters and talk to the dev and say, can you please lift the shadow ban? Damn it. And start promoting crypto content so we can get people financially ready for the obvious debasement of fiat currencies. I don't know. Okay, well, because that you would think that, but I'm telling you, I don't know. That MACD is telling me otherwise. But let's look at the liquidation levels for ETH. Let's look at the let's look at ETH. Okay. So we got, okay, so here's the deal. Because there's a lot of people betting or thinking that we're going to hit major resistance at the all-time high, there's a potential that we could completely destroy the shorts on this side. I would love that, because the market makers are going to have to make a choice here. They're either but here's I have this theory, because now that the ETH whales are starting to they're starting to pony up, and they're starting to ride, they're starting to hit the streets, they're starting to run over people. It's like the bull run for Ethereum whales, and they I think people can smell it. That's why they've been on TV bragging about it. They're like, look how much ETH we've been accumulating. And I think they could potentially short squeeze the shorts again, because the shorts could pile up at that price right there. And what if they just, like I said, what if they just break through that order block? If it just breaks through this order block, I mean, you got to think it's going to get a cascading wave of liquidations of shorts for 50x and 100x shorts on Ethereum. Because guess what? That's what people are going to do. They're going to be like, oh, I'm totally going to short this right here. And then the market makers could actually, and not that say the market makers, but because there's so much buy pressure and the whales are salivating for ETH right now, I think that's what could actually push it into $5,741. This is how this can happen. I mean, it can happen kind of fast. And what will this do? Well, I think it's going to make the altcoins go like what Arbitrum is doing right now. I mean, Arbitrum is up 19%. Arbitrum is up 19%. The layer 2s that are connected with the Ethereum ecosystem are starting to wake the hell up. We're even having things like Rose Coin, the Oasis network. These coins that I talk about, and I mentioned this before, I said when ETH wakes up, I'm telling you, these coins that just do well when altcoin season's starting to smell are all around in the air. Yeah, it just starts to, they start to light up. They start to wake up. Things like XYO, look, up 9%, got listed on a major exchange today. We got Optimism up 11%. A stack of layer 2 for Ethereum ecosystem. Solana started waking up. Look, we got Radium. Like I said, these DEX tokens, man, when these native tokens start to pump, they're going to pump hard. Radium, Orca. Look, Orca's up 3%. Solana up 4%, 5%, back over $200. We got Cardano up 7%. We got Sonic up 4%. Near Protocol 7%. Look, Ponky, we talked about Ponky and how Solana, when Solana pumps, this thing, Ponky, is connected very heavily with Solana in terms of the liquidity, and that's why we still have Ponky kind of in the back pocket, Ponky in the back pocket to back up to that 88 cents. That was Trump pump, man. I mean, it got up to 84 cents. I mean, that's 565% move to the upside. Pretty decent. I mean, I'd say it's pretty decent, Solana play. And yeah, I think MOG has a good chance too. We've said that, look, if you want to pay attention to something on the Ethereum ecosystem, just go to Dex Screener or Dex Tools, whichever you'd like, and look at the liquidity and how much liquidity is. You click on liquidity. So first, you just go to Dex Screener. And I'll link this in the chat so you guys can kind of follow along with me here. We're gonna do this together, and you go to Ethereum, and then you click liquidity, and the first one that pops up is Pepe. So Pepe has $67 million of liquidity. It's at a $5 billion market cap, and then you can see Tron. Just 7 months ago, actually added this liquidity pair for wrapped Ethereum right here. That's 44 million. That's high up there. And then we got Chainlink. So Chainlink, we just got bullish news with the treasury for Chainlink. Link Marines were celebrating all across the cryptoverse. SPX 6900 I'm a little dicey on this one. I think it's still going to do well. The narrative is like, look, hey, we want to flip the stock market. We want this thing to be at, or flip the S&P 500, which I think if the S&P 500 is worth, what is it valued at right now, the S&P 500? Let's look real quick. S&P 500 market cap. see. Okay, so the S&P 500's total the S&P 500's total market capitalization is approximately 53 trillion. So, I mean, like, I get it. I know, like, it's kind of like that's a big bold claim, you know, like flip the stock market, flip the S&P 6900. I mean, I think let's go on the chart. Let's look at the chart. Okay. So when I look at a chart like this and then I compare it to something like Wojak or ticker Bitcoin, and we'll go chart to chart. We'll start at the S&P SPX 6900. We'll go to MOG. We'll go to let's see, we'll go to we'll get ticker Bitcoin. Where'd it go? Why does it do this? It was just at the top and then it disappeared on me. What the heck? Let's see. Okay, here we go. All these are set on market cap. Okay. Now, this ETH pair for SPX 6900 was created 1 year, 11 months, 28 days ago. Okay. And from that point all the way up until from basically August 2023 up until the Trump pump, that coin was flatlined. And then it started to get, and then in Morad's list came out around, I think when he did that talk, I think it was around this time. Kind of matched up pretty perfect with that narrative and that Trump pump. And then you look at something like this. Wojak was created the exact same time as Pepe. Same time as Pepe. It had that first pump, that euphoric pump that Pepe experienced as well, and a couple different tokens that experienced that pump right there. Ticker Bitcoin, I think, was one of them as well in August. So August 2023, May, July, August. So yeah, this one. So yeah, so it was Pepe and Wojak pumped first. Then ticker Bitcoin came out like right shortly after and pumped. Got that all-time high going to $240 million market cap. And you can see it was just kind of like this oscillating accumulation wave. It kind of similar with MOG, but MOG is kind of like a similar chart to SPX 6900. It was kind of like flatlined, no one gave a rip, and then boom, it started to catch up. So SPX 6900, very similar to the MOG chart, and then Wojak is very similar to the Pepe chart, and then the ticker Bitcoin chart is a chart of its own. Possibly the only chart that kind of looks like this, I think, was at a point, I think Ponky did look very similar to this. And that was where I thought to myself, okay, that's why I started to kind of like Ponky, because I was like, okay, I was liking the chart. The chart was just telling me, okay, pay attention to the chart. Yeah. I saw the wave. I was like, I saw the oscillating wave. I was just like seeing the, it's not like exactly similar. But I thought to myself, it had a nice steady accumulation up, but not as oscillated as what the ticker Bitcoin chart looks like. All right, so let's see what's happening with ETH right now, because let's keep on track here. Let's keep on track because we could be pushing all-time highs any moment now. Oh, I want to break through this order block so bad. I want to break it. I want to see it broken live. Satoshi Nakamoto said, "You will know who I am by the 27th of September in the year 2030 at the latest." You can view this on the blockchain and you can see the transaction fees going to it. If it's 60 cents per transaction minimum to 40,000, you're going to see a transaction and a supply shock. Free says, "I'm really curious where we'll be at in December. I know it's too far to tell, though." Well, I have this... My price prediction and forecast for Bitcoin is that are we breaking all-time highs now for Bitcoin? Let's go. 123,000. I gotta check my trade. Let's go, baby. Man. Oh my gosh. Woo. Okay, I felt that coming. I was like, there's no way we're gonna not, just like with all of this bullish momentum here and just people not even like realizing what's happening right now in terms of the big money, man. They're not playing around. The big money's coming in. Big money's coming in. Better get ready. It says long your longs. Long 'em, strong 'em. All right, you got to hit the like button. There's 11 people in here. Bitcoin's breaking all-time highs. We're catching it live. We're catching it live. We're about to see this thing. We're about to see this thing fly. That wick right there on the 120. Look, that was a wick. This is a strong bullish engulfing candle happening at 8 o'clock on Wednesday. Give me a break. Like what? Boom, baby. Like this thing is breaking out. This thing is going. This is good. I like it. And I told you, I said Bitcoin can still break all-time highs and the dominance doesn't... Look. The dominance is going up a little bit, but the fact of the matter is, like, look at how close we're here, and we're still going to... Like, it's just going to do this. ETH and Bitcoin are just going to they're going to be on fire for a little while. I want to say congratulations to everyone that has been watching this live stream and have been just paying attention to stuff, because there have been so many people that are so bearish, they don't know what they're talking about. And it's not that we don't have a crystal ball, but I think we've been really good at calling this market. I think we've been really good at calling this market. And you guys have been really good at it as well. You've been watching. I've been reading your comments. I've been seeing the way that you've been looking at the market as well. And we've been looking at it the same way together. Then guys, we're on to something. We are on to something. And we should be proud of ourselves. We're on to something here. All these big accounts, man. All these big accounts. Talking about sell your ETH. It's dead. It's a dead chain. No one's going to use it. I even give Marty Party a hard time. No, here's the thing with Marty Party. Shout out to Marty Party. He's awesome. I love his TA. I love that he calls out Binance and Coinbase for being super scammy with their wash trading. But when he says like Ethereum's, dead, no one's using it, blah, blah, blah. I think it's just because he's so bullish Solana that he can't help. Like, he doesn't want to say that, like, Ethereum will do well also. But that's okay. But the thing is if you own both, it's like owning... I don't know. Cryptos are us, yes. No, this isn't Cryptos are us. I am George, we're all George. I would love to collaborate with George. That would be cool if I could get him on the channel. He was one of the channels with a lot of channels like BitBoy, Cryptos R Us, Carl from the Moon, Da Vinci, Crypto, Chris, Journey Crypto, Ivan on Tech. Saying famous productions. You were saying no, George was bashing ETH. Oh yeah, no, there was a lot of big accounts. Lark Davis went on a podcast and was saying, "Yep, I swapped all my ETH. I think it's done. I think it's had its day. There's better chains." And it's like a lot of people were saying that. A lot of people say that, and then they're just. I'm sorry, but they're gonna be eating those words when ETH is at like $15,000. And people are like FOMO buying back ETH. They just don't understand the nature of a growing network effect. Like how think about Amazon. You think about Amazon. We go to like that. Like I'd love to pull up the Amazon stock right now. I would love to pull up the Amazon stock and just like kind of see the history of this thing and how it was very volatile. I mean, this thing was volatile. Very volatile. You go back. I mean, we got to go back on the monthly here. Yeah, let's go to the monthly chart. And you think like they were okay. They were selling books. I mean, they were just starting off. Like it was just Jeff Bezos in a little freaking little office with like he put the thing up, Amazon above his head, and he was like, "I'm selling books, baby, digital online books." And then, lo and behold. Massive AWS, Amazon Web Services, cloud-based service, shipping, selling everything, sellers inside of sellers. Don't ever let me say that ever again. Sellers inside of sellers. Stores, on-pawn stores, stores inside of stores selling store stuff. And look at look at this. So come on. Amazon was volatile as hell. But if you were someone that was like, okay, out of the 2008 financial crash, instead of being a pansy and going into gold and holding dollars and silver, you're like, I'm going to invest in the stock. I'm going to invest in new technology. Same thing with NVIDIA. You could have been like, damn, these video game nerds really need those those graphics cards. 70,000% move to the upside. That's just from stocks. And you're telling me that we're not going to get a freaking crazy, massive run on the total cryptocurrency market cap here. Massive breakout. And this is what, and you look at the charts here, you look at this chart. I've been showing you this on my live stream, okay? I've been showing you the gold chart and how they did accumulation Wyckoff in a cup and handle. This is a cup and handle breakout pattern where gold completed it successfully from 2008. This is Bitcoin, okay? You look at what we're seeing here in the total cryptocurrency market cap chart. It's the same setup. So this is how we're going to end up breaking here. We're already breaking out. We're going to break up to 7 trillion and we're not going to stop. So bears wrecked. I'm sorry, but bears, go back into your hole. I'm tired of you. And I'm tired of the micro bears on the timeline because they don't even know how to look at a chart on the weekly. They're too focused on the next runner or the trencher, or they just don't even understand the nature of how these big institutions are where the liquidity is. It's not in your runner. That's not where the liquidity is going. Guess what? The liquidity is getting sucked out of that, and it's going to go into the safe plays, which still have massive upside potential and risk, but way more is that the money's going to be flowing. I mean, it's just like it showed it with Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the Mac Daddy. The money was flowing, and it showed that alts were bleeding into Bitcoin. And now we're starting to see all of this flow, just like we've seen it in the past, where it's like Bitcoin just gets that heat. Then we start to see it flow into Ethereum. Then we start to see from Ethereum it flows into the blue chips and the mid caps, and then it kind of just goes from there. Last things that pump are the memes and the lower speculative stuff. That's like high gamble, high risk, and then that's usually when the market starts to cool off and we consolidate for a little while. We possibly go into a mini bear market, and then we kind of decide from there, are we going to double top? We're going to test the highs again, and where do we go from there? I think this is the best case scenario that we have. But I think to be super lame and say this time is different, I really do think this time is different because of the nature of we didn't have ETFs before. We didn't have this amount of money flowing into an institutional grade product like the ETFs for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and now Solana. So the bull case has been extended. Like if we had a bull case that was like 150, 200,000, now I'm like, my bull case for Bitcoin is like $350,000 going into quarter one, quarter two next year, and Solana being past $1,000, XRP being at possibly like between $5 and $7 XRP. We could have Cardano going past $3 finally. Oh my gosh. I mean, we could actually see some of the coins from November 2021 bull market highs finally break through. And all we had to do was wait. All we had to do was just be bullish and believe in something and not rug pull ourselves. That's all we had to do, was just not rug pull ourselves. There's so much noise out there. There's so much noise, and I got distracted by the noise, and now I understand. Now I feel like I have way more of a better head on my shoulders, and all it takes is time and money in the market, and less trading, less flopping and groping, and more locking in and figuring out and focusing and just like narrowing it down. 10, 15 coins. Get money in the coins. Get money in the coins. My wife asked me a simple question. She said, I have this much ETH. If it goes up to 10K, how much will I have? I said, you'll have about this much, baby girl. And she said, really? That's it? I said, you got to get more. I said, it's all about how much you're putting in the asset. And there's a pretty much a base case of what could happen and what your upside potential is. You need to know this for every coin and however much money you have in these investments. So if you got 10K in crypto, and you're like, let me if you hit a 10x, you want it to 5x. Oh, I was cold and now I'm getting heated. I'm getting hot. I'm getting hot in here, guys. I get pumped. I don't know what it is about these nighttime live streams, but man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm moving into an apartment, and it's gonna be really interesting how I'm going to manage doing nighttime live streams without being a loud ass, because I'm really loud. We'll see how I do. But I really enjoy hanging out with you guys. And you guys should just chat. You guys should chat more. Keep me on my toes. But yeah, we got BTC. I'm not surprised. I mean, like I'm not surprised by this. That's why I was like, let me live stream, because if we're just gonna be breaking all-time highs here, it's a freaking no-brainer. And I went long. Well, a bunch of people were probably like, let me go short because I have no brain. Got all this bullish setup. They don't look at the basic indicators. They have too many indicators. That's the thing, and I think that's the problem with a lot of people that are trying to trade and analyze this market. They got too many things on the charts. They got too many things on the charts. They got way too many things happening. They got just too many things going on. I've seen people's charts where I'm like, how do you even read that? That's how my charts look. I got like all these like trend lines and all this stuff, and it's just like, chill out. All you need is the Bollinger Bands, RSI, MACD. You got MACD. That's moving average, convergence, divergence. You're seeing where you're getting convergence with these moving averages and having more people buying than selling. And that's what you're using for the MACD. When you see a bullish MACD cross happen on any time frame, this is where you're going to see some action happen. You're going to see that that's strength. Matched up with the RSI, you're going to see that's also strength as well. You can use this on the bigger time frames, even going into the 4 hour. The 4 hour is where you're really going to see these things happen. You can see here, look at the difference in kind of in the position of the MACD cross here, and how it signified this Wyckoff accumulation down in the lows. This is with Bitcoin. And now you can see that the histogram on the selling pressure didn't dip as much right here, but it dipped pretty hard right here. So it caused Bitcoin to kind of stall out a little bit. It wasn't up there, because look at how low this was. Now you can see that we're above that middle line. We're above the basically the convergence point right here where it crosses. The moving averages have crossed in the convergence right here. I guess what you could say confluence with this cross. We got a bullish cross right here with the blue line going over the orange. Anytime we have the blue line crossing over the orange, that is a bullish cross. And so this is what has happened here on the 4 hour. And that is why we've had this strength, the uptrend strength. We broke through that previous resistance at 122 that we had in the beginning of just the beginning of this week. And then this was that all-time high that we were breaking through. It was just kind of like accumulation. We just had that another accumulation. It was just kind of like Wyckoff from the past, from July. For them to, because they can't push it down for so long. They can only do it for so long. They can only do this for so long when there's so much buying pressure coming in. So it's just this basic supply and demand mechanisms that we are all learning with these charts, that it doesn't matter what the coin is. If more people are buying the coin than selling it, then the price is going to go up. The price is going to go up. But Wile E. Coyote makes a good point. He says, you don't need all of that hogwash, that hogwaller. Dano, all traders only need to master one skill, and that's patience, my friend. Patience. That's what we need. No, you're right. You are right. You are 100% right. You are 100% right that we do need patience, my friend. And if you had ultimate patience to hold through, see, we had like, oh God, I mean, you guys witnessed it. I mean, you saw me come to these live streams beaten. I went through a mental breakdown. I think I came on this stream and was like in tears from so much, from just being beat down. I mean, I felt like I just made so many bad choices. Oh, it was just a nightmare. It was a nightmare. A lot of people quit. There was a lot of people during this time of the Trump pump, coming off the Trump pump and then going into that like all coins going down 100%. It ruined people. People were already little shaky and feeling like really like I don't know, shell shocked or something, or like jumpy. The jumpies, yeah, that's the word. Yeah, people were already feeling jumpy, and so they were like, okay, we're gonna start. Okay, we're getting bullish, and then it was just like. And it was just like a nosedive. I mean, it was the worst. Look, I mean, it went into the. I mean, look at this. I mean, but this is great though, because then now when we see this pattern again, we'll know it's all BS. We'll know it's BS. We know we don't need to panic. If we start seeing Wyckoff, we should know that this is what big money and institutions and the people that kind of control the charts and control the accumulation. It's not like they are manipulating Bitcoin as a protocol, like as like its governance or whatever, and its tokenomic. They can't do that. That's how Bitcoin is still decentralized. You can't control it in that way. But the way that they can control it is through price action and the selling off and the flush trading and all that stuff and you know, liquidating people. So and this is how they are able to accumulate more. And the big money kind of knows that's the game that's played. Retail doesn't really know this. They panic sell, and then look at what happens afterwards. Look at what happens after all that fear, FUD, uncertainty, doubt, confusion, noise. You get a 65% move right back up to the damn upside. And all you had to do was do nothing. That's all you had to do was nothing. And what did we do? Too much. All you had to do was sit through the freaking pain. And that's what you have to kind of do with a lot of investing. You sit through the pain. You might even go as far as buying more. Because you're insane. But if you're just enough insane and delusional and you bought all during this time when everyone was freaking out and saying, that's it, it's over, hang it up, we're done, put the coat in the closet. You stood strong. Now, if you're one of those people, I commend you. We kind of did it 50%, and then 50% of that, we got chopped. You know, we admit it. You know, that's the thing. Like we admit it. You know, we got chopped. We got chopped up. We did too much, but we held on strong to most of our coins, the ones that we just like couldn't bear to sell, which was like ticker Bitcoin and things like that. But yeah, I mean, it was brutal. We realized that we had a big moment of weakness. And it's a hard lesson to learn, but what's great about it is that we still have time. You know, we do still have time. It's like, you know, I don't want to be that type of person where I make you feel like you're too late or make you feel like you missed out, or that's not what I want to do. I'm not about that. I want to make you feel empowered and make you feel like you're in the right place at the right time, because we're still early. You know, because I'm trying to break these things down macro instead of all the micro and the noise, you know, the micro noise. I think we'll be successful. And I mean, guys, look, we're freaking destroying all-time highs right now. We're basically about to go up to the other 618. We're about to look, this thing's lining up right on the Bollinger Band on the weekly here. We're crushing it right now. Oh my gosh. We are just crushing it right now. And so Bitcoin was like, hold my freaking beer, ETH. Hold my beer, ETH. You think you're going to break all-time highs before me? And then it just said, no, sir. It said, no, sir. It said, no, sir. The trades are probably just like blasting off right now, though. Yeah, the trades are looking good. Trades are looking good. We're probably gonna still. I mean, we might even scoop off a little bit because we're, you know, see, when you're in leverage trades and you're in higher leverage trades, it's always smart. If you're above 10x, in any of your trades, you should always be prepared to take profits. You got to be aggressive. So if you're in higher leverage trades and you're up like 150, 200%, it's best that you start taking some 25, 50. I mean, sometimes I go as far as taking half the trade. I did that this morning. On my trades. When I woke up, I immediately, without even questioning it, I saw that they were up. I took 50%. And that's what I did. And then I spread out, like I said, I spread the liquidity out. I bought some AVAX. I was like, AVAX is really undervalued right now. I'm going to buy some AVAX. I bought some Bitcoin. I sent that Bitcoin into PHEMEX. And like I said, got into the Bitcoin trade right here. Here's proof. Got it literally on the money of the breakout. On the freaking money. Like, I sent it in, I waited, and we sniped that thing. Boom, right there. So that is printing Bitcoin, fresh Bitcoin. That's fresh BTC that we're getting from this trade. This is also a high leverage trade. So we're going to practice what we were just preaching. We're up 104%. We're up 104%. We're breaking all-time highs. We're in price discovery, complete price discovery with Bitcoin currently right now. What's so funny is that, remember when I was telling you guys about the Bitcoin, about the Coinbase chart and how Bitcoin likes to do stepping stones, stepping ladder? Like it likes to do like a staircase. It likes to go boop, 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 and it creates these little levels. It creates these floors, especially in bull markets. Like I've noticed in bull markets, like it'll run up like 13%, or sorry, 20%, consolidate. Then it'll run up another 20% from the floor. from the flat line. So like where it kind of like flats, like not the bottom chart, not the bottom trend line, but the top trend line. And then it'll run up another 20% from the top trend line. And now we're about to see another run up of 20% to the next freaking stratosphere for a Bitcoin. This is what is happening right now. And it's like, this is like exactly as predicted. I gotta trust myself more, man. I gotta trust myself more, and just take the risk, take the bet, dude. Take the freaking bet, because like because Daniel, listen to yourself, man, because you are getting really good at watching these markets, man. You're gonna be a freaking trillionaire. You're gonna be a trillionaire trader. You start believing in yourself more, and I'm talking to you too. I'm talking to you, all you viewers out there. When you start believing in yourself more, magical things are gonna start happening in your life. You start believing in yourself, really, truly talking to yourself better and saying, you know what, you are good. You can do this. Instead of talking down on yourself like maybe what you have been doing. Maybe you've been like, man, you're so stupid. I can't believe blah, 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 this and that. Oh my gosh, you made all these mistakes. You know what? Those days are over, my friends. It's time to start shining. It's time to start really getting into your true potential, your true self, your true wealth. It's time, my friends. It's time. We're not messing around. We're not messing around. What the heck? Why weren't we streaming on X? Well, now we're streaming. We've only been streaming for 38 minutes, so we're gonna give X another 40 minutes. We're streaming, man. We're gonna catch people like a net. I can't believe that people aren't like super freaking crazy bullish right now. Just me? Okay. And I think what I'm gonna do with this, because I kind of waited a little while to get back into doing the inverse perpetuals, because I kind of got, guys, like I got really like chopped up bad, like during all of the war FUD and just trying to inverse perpetual trade my own Bitcoin that I like worked hard to accumulate. Like I traded. I'd lost it all pretty much almost from trading inverse perpetuals, because I got too greedy. And so I got kind of like, I was like, I don't know if I should ever do this ever again. But you can't have that. You can't have that mentality, you know. Especially when you're trying to learn something. You were just you know. It's not fully your fault, you know. You are taking a risk, but there's like a lot of outside forces that are just working against you, you know. So I think you have to give yourself a little bit of grace. And I had to tell myself that. I was like, look, dude, just give yourself some grace. Like, it's not like you got to remember, there's like algorithms and AI and market makers like that are way faster than you, have more money than you, and know what's happening before you do. So if you manage to make any money out of this market and trade and get in and out, you are a legend. If you manage to make any money at all and get out and make trades at any point, you're a legend, because there are those things that are at play. Yo, we got Mr. Kaisley in the house. We got the Canadians in the house. Like I said, we got people watching in Canada. We got people watching all across the world. We got the Aussies in the house. Stay calm in the house says cut the damn interest rates. Yeah, I know. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you don't want to trade. You definitely don't want to trade with full emotions. You have to actually trade like how I'm about to trade right now, which I'm about to just like, even though I got this wicked entry right here, and we're starting to see that, we're starting to see some price discovery here. We're starting to see a little resistance. I could be so aggressive to just close this trade right now. And then I could let it pull back a little bit. Wait, be patient. Know that even potentially that my liquidation price is at 119, that they could potentially run that sucker right back down to 119. Run this thing right back down. I mean, it could do this. It could go doot. And then go to 125. And then I could also set a stop loss at break even. Wait for the market to pull it and just be like, okay, set a stop loss, break even. I could even set a stop loss right here and take profit. I could set a stop loss right here, take profit, and then let the market do its thing, be patient, and then I have even more, a little bit more liquidity to get back in the trade on support, which I'm seeing is right here. Right above the liquidation level. So there's a couple things that I have to make a choice here. I have to make a choice. Do I become greedy and think that there could be a potential that this thing just continues to go and it just goes, and then yes, cool, all great, gravy? Or do I make the choice right now to take the money off the table, trust that this possible instinctual move that could be happening right now on the short term? It's only 8:43. We got Asian markets coming in hot after 9:30, which could be a signification of why we would be getting this resistance to kind of cool it off, pull it back, and then we get an Asian bounce right here. But then that means we could be patient. We could let it do its thing. We could see if it runs right here. And then we just hold the line. We hold the line and we wait for that. We wait for it to break up to that next level. The fib level, which we revealed, is the let's find it again. It was the second 618. It was the 2618 on the Coinbase chart. 2618 fib extension right here, 133,000, and it's revealed here through the daily chart on the Coinbase chart here. Yes, that one, Coinbase. And what is this? SWFTC. Swift coin. On Coinbase. We'll look at the dollar. Take profit. You think so? Yeah, I think it's starting to come down. It's starting to come down. Yeah, we're definitely, it looks like we could be getting that consolidation through the, yep. But we could also be patient, but if we take it right here, that means we have a little bit more liquidity that we could go right back in, even though this was a wicked entry. It was a wicked entry right here at 121. We pushed up to 123. We're at 84% on the trade, as we were just at 100%. You can see it cooling off as we speak. Let's see what ETH's doing. I think ETH might be cooling off a little bit too. We're holding the line, guys. We're holding the line. We're gonna see what the Asians are doing. Thanks for smashing up that like button. We almost got to 20 likes. We're very close. Help me get unshadow banned from YouTube. And I'm so sorry for the people on X. I thought I hit the button, and I didn't hit the button. We have been streaming for the past 30 minutes, and you guys didn't see anything. I'm so sorry. Basically, we've just been ranting about how you should be more bullish on crypto. Nothing new. But we're showing you the trades. We're showing you the trade setups. Then we're gonna scoop some profits. We're just gonna do it right now. We're gonna scoop some. Take half the trade. I'll go here. Oh, this one's getting a recovery. Let's go. Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin could be actually, it could hold strong. So that's what it's like. I want to still hold the line, but since we're really high leveraged on some of these altcoin trades, we just want to make sure that, we take advantage of any potential run-ups to snipe these profits right here. We can always enter back in. It's no big deal. But now we have some liquidity here on the side. We can take a little bit of that and re-enter back in when it comes back down. We'll see, we got support here. We got a break-even stop loss set on both of these trades as well. We didn't do it on this one yet. So yeah, let's show you how, if you're on PHEMEX, and shout out to PHEMEX. We got a link in the description. Also, we're running a sign-up bonus specifically for people who are super bullish on ticker Bitcoin. So if you sign up with PHEMEX with my link in the description, you will actually get ticker Bitcoin for signing up with my link. I'm the only person right now that is doing something like this with PHEMEX for ticker Bitcoin. That's a fact. I'm the only one that's doing that, that's trying to work for my bags like in that type of manner. The only one. It's the only one. Let's see. Entire. Oh, I think I have to do 1%. And then, okay. Yeah, 1%. 1% stop loss. Basically break even. And, it was a little fake out. A little fake out green candle. And we got headband in the chat. What's going on? We got headband. Crank it. I know I can't get too loud. I know I'm trying to get quieter because it's getting later. So I was getting louder as it was getting later, and I need to quiet down. But I'm sorry. I was getting really bullish, and everything's breaking all-time highs, and everything is moving. We're really excited. We're getting bullish. Let's see what our pulse chain bags look like. So if you're not paying attention over into the pulse chain ecosystem, I'm not telling you to buy anything. I'm not, because this thing, I can't tell you what to buy, but I can tell you where to look. So if you look at the pulse chain ecosystem, there's some stuff happening over there. And Richard Hart, something's happening. Something's happening. I would not look at this. Money? Okay, all right, Headman, I'll give it to you. He said money is cranking. Let's look at money. Let's type it in. You're gonna have to help. You're gonna have to help me, Headband. What's the ticker? What's the ticker, Headband? I know you sent it to me, but ticker's Bitcoin. I'd say Bitcoin. Ticker's Bitcoin. Oh, okay, yeah. So, yeah, Monopoly money. Okay, so liquidity, this one. Dang, yeah. What did you tell? Where'd you tell me? Did you tell me right here? Did you tell me did you tell me like just a couple weeks ago? About right here? Yeah, that's not too bad. Not too bad. Did you buy any? Did you buy any? How much soul have you made from buying this thing? Oh no. Oh no. Well, good for you. I'm going to have $1 million worth of ticker Bitcoin in 6 months. I mean, if you haven't taken profits on that yet, then yeah, I think I might even go as far as like, I'm going to buy more ticker Bitcoin with this money right here. I'm going to do it on the stream. Because why not? It's either that, I could buy more ticker Bitcoin. I could buy some Pepe. Here's the thing. I could buy either AVAX. I could buy some Chainlink, AVAX, Pepe, Ponky, Brett, ticker Bitcoin, or Wojak. Which one should I buy? No, I plan to be the ticker Bitcoin mascot. They're not even gonna have to pay me. That's the beauty of it. Just do it for free. You gotta believe in something. Yeah, guys, which one should I buy? Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, new ticker Bitcoin, Wojak, Pepe, or AVAX? Which one? I have $37. $37. Which one's got more upside potential? All right, I told myself what to buy. The ticker. And the ticker is Bitcoin. Okay. Let's go. All right, we're market buying ticker Bitcoin. And I'm going to show you guys something that you should be doing every single time you do this. Every time you buy something on exchange, I'm going to show you something. Here you go. You go to your spot bag and you click withdraw. Okay. Then you're going to select the coin. And what you're going to do, you're going to withdraw that ticker Bitcoin. Okay. You're going to get your wallet address. Okay. And what you're going to do, what in the hell? I do not like how, that is so weird how it's doing the network on that for MetaMask. MetaMask is so weird sometimes. I'm sending it to my MetaMask. And I think I might send it on the Base network. I think I'm going to send it on the Base network, yeah. You can send it on ETH and you can send it on Base. And so because I don't want to pay 30 Bitcoin to send send it on ETH, I'm gonna send it on Base. Because I hold a little bit of ticker Bitcoin on Base as well. And we're going to withdraw that. Okay. And you should always have two-factor authentication for all your accounts. Like you should have an authenticator, email verification, two-step verification on all your stuff, like all your accounts for your crypto exchanges, just in case they get hacked, just in case there's some kind of issue. There's no way they can get in because there's too many steps that you have to go through. And also to send crypto out, has to be able to go through all that verification. So even if someone got into your account, they wouldn't be able to do anything with it. So just make sure you have all of that set up. It's very important. Okay, so we are going to send this now. We're going to submit. We're going to make sure the address. Okay, got the address. We got all the ticker Bitcoin there, and we're going to submit the transaction. We're going to get the email verification code. We're going to make sure we have the right verification here. And let's just got to go to our email real quick. And we are and see, this is the strategy. We're showing you the strategy live right now. Our email real quick. And we live. I can't show you my freaking email, but I'm just showing you, look, we sent the ticker Bitcoin. Right here, you can see it. Boom, sent, done. And there you go. No questions asked. This is how you build up a spot bag very quickly. And you can just continue to do this, compound it. You got winning trades, take the profits, run it into the altcoin bags, run it into your bags, run it into whatever the heck you think is going to be doing well over the next 6 months into the next year. And I think that strategy will do really well. All right, let's go. We got a couple new people in here. I can feel it. I know there's some new people that just haven't. They just don't want to. They're a little shy. They don't want to chat. They don't want to chat. But you guys, make sure you hit that like button. And we are going to be testing out doing these live streams 2 times a day. We've been doing them normally. We used to do them 2 times a day, and we stopped. We were doing it during euphoric points of the market. People were excited. I think it's time now. It's definitely the time now to be doing 2 live streams in the day. We do one at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to do one at 7:30, and we're going to continue to do that as much as possible. It's definitely the time. All right, so so we have this Orca trade. We took some profits right at that point, and it's looking like it's starting to consolidate, like right back down, just like right back down. Could potentially hit right into and that looks like kind of like a Bart Simpson too. It's like these Bart Simpson patterns can really chop up. They go do, and then they go right back down, and they'll bounce off of that support. That's exactly what it looks like this particular coin right now is doing. And then we had a Doge trade open. It kind of looks like it's doing the same thing. We could be getting ran because look, the market's like we could be doing a dump pump. We could be actually doing a dump pump. We could be doing a clear dump pump right now on the markets for pre-Asian market open. Could be the case right here. And the last support was down here. And similar with a lot of the coins. No, it's 9:30. 9:30 is when it's going to happen. So I think what's happening right now is we're getting a 30-minute. We're probably going to get a 30-minute dump. We're going to get on the hourly candle. We're getting an hourly candle dump. It probably is going to consolidate down. But this is on the altcoins, though. This is what's happening with the altcoins because look, Bitcoin is actually still. It's stealing the show. We could. It looks like we could be bouncing. We weren't looking at Bitcoin. We actually got a bounce. You can see it's like it's trending. It's boom, 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 boom. Next run up could be that 125. But the alts though, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to tell. But look, we did have a really nice run up for the day, and I would just watch for this level. It's not guaranteed. We could bounce right here at 23 cents on Doge. We're looking at Doge right now. But you can see the clear range that has established itself from here, from 23 cents up to 24. You can see it. It's just like it's clear support. But it's still strong though. It's just the thing you just don't know. It could really just. Like, we could do the classic Bart, go right back down, or we just continue. We can continue with strength. It's the volume's kind of low. It's like kind of low right now. It looks like the volume's a little low. Like, what are we pushing right now, volume-wise? Bitcoin, 93 billion. We got Doge volume. Doge volume is at 4.1 billion. And under Doge, we have BNB and Cardano, Chainlink. Pepe has got $1.4 billion now. And Arbitrum, you saw it did 19% today, was at 1.3. So the volume on some of these altcoins starting to get up there. Athena. Yeah, Bitcoin is like, you know, it's got really nice volume right now. Well, yo, we got Lake the Great in the house. Yes. We got Lake the Great in the house. Oh, yeah. I can't stand those numbers. Those numbers are all these like the numbers, the CPI, the PPI, the whatever the hell, like all I know is that we got to buy assets and buy stocks and invest. And that's the only way we're going to get ahead. It's pretty much, that's it. That's the play. The only way we are going to make any traction is by investing. Because even if you stockpiled your money and you just stockpiled all your cash and your fiat cash in the bank and you held it for 15 years, you're going to be able to buy like a quarter of the stuff you would have if you had have invested even just half of the money over the next 10 to 15 years. So it's just, you have to think about it that way. And and a perfect example of what we used earlier in the live stream was the Amazon chart going back to 2008. Pretty volatile, but to the upside. And so this is how crypto is going to be. It's going to be volatile to the upside. Just hold on for dear life and don't be scared. But yeah, just watch out for these patterns. We can kind of see them. You know, there's some couple patterns kind of happening here. Could be some shakiness in the market right now. You know, who knows how the Asians are going to bid this up. I mean, they could bid it up real hard, or they're going to the market makers will potentially chop up some of the long leverage trades at that 121, 119. I mean, you can see here a lot of action at 119. Got a lot of liquidations of leverage here at 119. Bitcoin matches up pretty well with my liquidation level too. I mean, if you look at where my liquidation price is for a 50x long, it's at 119. So the market makers right now could potentially smash the trades down and bounce it, and then bounce it from that level, bring it right back up. How low can it go? At this point, it's literally in price discovery. It just broke all-time highs going to 124, and we're just holding the line. We're holding the line right now. We appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for smashing up the likes to a new all-time high. Make sure if you haven't considered becoming a member of the channel so you can actually post some of these amazing emojis. And you'll get quicker updates too. I think if you're a member of the channel, then you immediately get updated when I go live or when I post a video. Okay, so let's see what else we got. Let's see what's happening in the news. Anything in the news? Oh, yeah, we can look at the terminal. Let's check the terminal. Let's update the terminal. Looking good, looking good. SPDR, S&P 500, ETF Trust, the SPY at 644. Looking like it's trending back up. We got Invesco, Trust Series, QQQ, Nice. That's looking good. Market snapshot. Bitcoin 123. Got Ethereum at 4,700. Equities. Modest intraday gain. The QQQ. NASDAQ 100 ETF. Says a little flat. Total cryptocurrency market cap trending over $4.2 trillion. A 3.4 rise over the past 24 hours. Had the Bitcoin ETF inflows, recorded a 66.3 million net inflow over the past 5 days. Over the past 5 sessions, Bitcoin ETFs have amassed 1 billion in net inflows, pushing total ETF managed Bitcoin assets over $153 billion. Key drivers of market sentiment is the macro tailwinds of policy catalysts. Bitcoin hit a new all-time high of 124,000 amid growing expectations of federal interest rates cuts and crypto-friendly reforms from the current administration, including the 401k inclusion. Supportive regulatory backdrop with the stablecoin legislation of Project Crypto. This is why Ethereum is pumping, along with the ETH inflows. Strategic outlook is that the bullish momentum, total crypto cap rallying above 4.2 trillion in institutional demand for ETFs remains strong. The upside potential, with analysts suggesting a breakout above 125 for BTC, could lead to targets of $135,000, which leads to that level, which I mentioned about the Fibonacci extension, which is at 133,000. Watch zones is that technical support lies near 116, which is right in the area where we could see the market potentially pull back to liquidate some of those longs like I was talking about, aka one of mine. Sustained strength above resistance could signal further upward moves. And this is, just looking pretty bullish. So let's see what Reuters has to say here. We had says Bitcoin hits the fresh record as Feds easing bets add to tailwinds. So Bitcoin hit a record high. So let's see, the world's largest crypto asset by market cap, 124. Bitcoin rally is being powered by increased certainty of Fed rate cuts, sustained institutional buying, and moves by the Trump administration to ease investment in crypto assets. And so technically a sustained breakup of 125 could propel BTC to 150K. So man, yeah, this is going to be interesting to see what happens over the next couple weeks, over the next couple months. So it says, according to data from CoinMarketCap, the crypto sector's overall market capitalization has ballooned over 4.11 trillion from up from 2.5 trillion in November 2024 when Trump won the presidential election. And the latest push for crypto adoption in the United States came via an executive order on Thursday last week, which eased access to the asset class in 401k retirement accounts. And yeah, so it's looking good, my friends. It's looking really good. It's looking good. But like I said, because there's traders and because there's manipulation and because Binance is allowed to do this, then this is why we have the nature of that type of price action where it shoots right back down into a level because exchanges are super greedy. And also the traders are a little greedy as well. And that combined greed is what wrecks the market and causes the swings of price. But let's see maybe if we can kind of speculate, from one of these lows here, pull a fib from that high down to the low here, and it's potential that we could. It's like this is what we could. Okay, so based on the fib extension, we get a test into the 618, which is 122,000. If we can't hold that and we don't bounce, or if we bounce and we can't hold the 786, then the next level would be the 382. And then we could potentially bounce off of some nice support here, but we really do have some pretty, key support right at this level. A lot of the liquidations of the high leverage trades happening right here. So this could potentially be the short-term setup here. Yeah, it's looking like it. Man, would have been a ninja trade to take that one right there at the top. Right there at the top. Right there. Just no questions asked. We're still up 79% though. We could be very aggressive right now and just take it. Just say, you know what? Flash close this freaking thing. We're about to do it right now. We're almost about to do it. Let's see what the heck Bitcoin is doing. What is it doing? It's a nice little wick. Look at the 2 minute. Look at the 2 minute on Coinbase. Little scammy ass Coinbase and Binance. That's what we need to look at. Scammy ass Coinbase and Binance. Oh yeah. That minute. Oh yeah. That minute. That minute right there. Woo! Let's go. All right, we're market closing this freaking thing because we're gonna try and get, because they're probably gonna pull this thing. Or we could just hold the line. Either way. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We got this stop loss here. We're gonna bring the stop loss into take profit. And we are just going to be super aggressive. And this is how we will treat this trade. How about this? That's how we're going to do this. That's how we're going to do it. We're going to hold the line. We're not going to take profits right here, okay? But if it so happens to break down here, and we end up getting stopped out in profit, we will be patient. We will know that we made a little bit of money, and we'll be able to get back in. It's okay. No big deal. But then it gives us the opportunity to still have keep that like mega entry right here at 121. For a potential break to over 125,000 and get that push. Mr. Casey says don't be greedy. But with this, this is taking the greed off. This is cutting the greed in half. This is saying, okay, like I can still, this is just hedging against myself, taking the risk off that no matter what, I'll win the trade. No matter what, I won't round trip. I'll still be able to take, I can take some profits right here if it runs down into here, and I can set an alert at this point at 122,555 or something. I can set it right there. And so I'll do that right now. 122,555. If it ends up smacking right into there, or yeah, right here, and you can even see it, the liquidity, like, yeah, 122,555 right there. I'll just set an alert right around that area. Add an alert. So then I just get notified, handbell, whatever. Boom. But according to the 2 minute chart, we're about to see. So sometimes you could, I mean, it's okay to hold the line. It's okay to hold the line. Believe in yourself. But you have to, but like I said, you know, if you're up in profit, you can always make sure you're being strategic with that, with those stop losses. And see, now we can make a choice. We can say, well, now we don't have a choice. We bought ticker Bitcoin with our profits. that we took on these trades. So now there's no liquidity left in the account. Now we're just letting these run. Now we're just letting these suckers run. Now these are just meant to run and just collect. But right now, this is the trades that we have open: Orca, Doge, and Bitcoin. I'm pretty happy about those. All right, my friends. I think we are going to end this live stream. We've had a lot of fun, and we really appreciate you guys coming in, trading with me, looking at the charts, being bullish, being mega bullish. I really appreciate it. Or since we have 17 people watching right now and 20 likes, I should crack open another beer and we should keep going. What do you say? Put some ones in the chat. Put some ones in the chat if you're feeling that. If you're feeling that right now. And we should like pull up a crypto game or something. I don't know. Put some ones in there if you want me to continue and continue to be bullish. No. We have been streaming for an hour and 48 minutes, so it's up to you guys. It's up to you guys. Okay, yeah, one. One's in the chat. All right, we got ones in the chat. Let's go. All right, BRB. Yeah, let's pump the Pepe, yeah. Cheers, everyone. I normally don't do this, but it's all-time highs. It's all-time highs. We're back streaming two times a day. It's bull run vibes. Everything else before was just I don't know, just fake outs, weird stuff. Now we're back. I think we're back, baby. We're gonna make it all back. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make it all back. I know you all are probably trying to do the same thing. You're trying to make it all back. We got Dreams Tank TV in the house. Let's go. And make sure you guys are sharing the live stream if you haven't already. Let's see how many people we got watching. We have 36 people watching. Okay. Or no, we have more than that. Or no, I guess we do have 36 people. Let's go. We have 20 people watching on X. If we can have the egregore repost the stream. We've got some... Whoa, what is this, dude? I'm not seeing this, Sproto. This is a funky... What the... Yeah, shout out to Dreams Tank TV. Bullish Dogecoin. This is the one that I'm wanting to buy. And ETH keeps getting more and more expensive. And so this one keeps getting... So NFTs that I want to buy keep getting more expensive. And... Yeah, so it's like, please stop getting more expensive, but I want it to be bullish. Like, it's like, you know, and I think that's the dilemma with the bears sometimes. I think the bears, you know, they want the price to go down, but then they feel bad about it because they're like, wait, you know, I do like crypto, but then you also kind of short term, whenever things get a little too heated, you turn into a bear because you're like, I could have bought it earlier, whether it be an NFT or a coin or whatever it is, and then you kind of start to get a little bit of the bear feelings, like you're like, I want it to slow down. Please stop running, because then it gets away from you. It gets away from you. Margaritas. Oh yeah. I'm actually it's Modelo is what this is. What's funny is I don't drink a lot, but I definitely do like a good crisp I like fizzy drinks. So I'm definitely like a drink. I'm a drinky type person anyway. I like all types of different drinks. So I like a good crispy cold drink. But yeah, the margaritas. I think if I were to choose a favorite combination of a mixology drink, definitely the margarita. The margarita makes me happy. And especially the margaritas at Epcot. Oh my gosh. If you've ever been to Epcot and you go to Mexico, go in that pyramid, go to that tequila bar, holy moly. I bought a $35 shot of tequila in there, but it was the best one I've ever had. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Epcot, but it's a trip. It is a trip for sure. All right, we're holding the line on this trade. Headband says, buy everything. Buy everything. Yeah, up only August. Yeah, August apparently was supposed to be a bad month. But if we look at the historical returns of Bitcoin, and if you want to do this, see, this is the thing with other live streamers. They'll pull up charts and they'll pull up websites and they'll pull up all this stuff, and they won't actually tell you the link or what they're looking at sometimes. They'll just pull it up and then they're like, all the data for me. It's all for me. But no, I'm going to give you the links. I'm going to tell you where I'm at. It's CoinGlass. Click on data. And you're going to go to the section where it says Bitcoin returns. And you go down, and you can see in different months, starting from 2013, the price action on the month for the monthly returns. What's the next token to break zeros? Probably Pepe. I mean Pepe was doing really well when Bitcoin and ETH were just kind of, we were watching Pepe during all this, and it was the only, not the only one, but it was one of the coins that was performing really well against Bitcoin and ETH, while a lot of altcoins were just bleeding into ETH and Bitcoin. So could be that Pepe all of a sudden just gets this breakout. We're seeing the Doge chart looks really good too. Like the Doge chart looks really good. We're really eyeing Pepe and Doge, and it's funny because like the people that are the trenchers, and the people that are in crypto right now, that stayed, all the CTP. Let's just say it, crypto Twitter. They're focused on what the next Solana runner is, or SocialFi token, or whatever the hell, Zora. But I am on more of the side that I'm going to focus on like old coins like Pepe, Dogecoin, AVAX, Litecoin, Polygon, Chainlink. It seems like, oh, okay, oh, yes, oh, those are old news. But I gave you the example earlier in the live stream of how Amazon, from 2008, 13,000% move to the upside, compare with 2009 from Bitcoin's inception, the volatility, but thousands and thousands of percent to the upside, from Bitcoin being under $1, now sitting, breaking all-time highs at $124,000 per Bitcoin. It's pretty freaking crazy. So we're going off of historical months from the bear markets of 2022, 2023, and then a bad August in 2024. But what we really need to be going off of is the Augusts in 2020 and 2021 and 2017. Because guess what happened in 2017 in August? This particular cycle is being compared a lot to the 2017 cycle. The 2017 cycle is where we had, it was just, there was a lot more altcoins coming into the space. Ethereum was a little bit more established. And it was like, it wasn't DeFi summer like Binance Smart Chain and all the kind of the different dApps and protocols and stuff like that started to come up like it was here. But it was, there was just a like in 2017, Ethereum went up massively. And so it was like, I think this was ICO, ICO season. And it was kind of more like that type of run. And so because of the nature of the ICOs, the investments coming in, new internet money, EVM, blah, 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 all that stuff, DeFi, that's kind of what that's the inflection point I think we're seeing right now in 2025, is that like same kind of like, okay, like August, we're potentially, I think, going to close August in the green above, I don't know if it's going to be 65%, but maybe half of that, maybe 30% towards the end of the month. And see how the end of the month closes, because we got that FOMC meeting coming in September on the 17th. Got the 17th meeting, and look at where the probability is now of us getting a 50 basis point cut. It's potential that we could get a 50 basis point cut in September instead of a 25. And my prediction is that we're going to actually see $150,000 Bitcoin, maybe even a little more going into October. And I think through leading into September and October is where we're going to see some basically a rotation from Bitcoin and ETH into some of these altcoins. Not like altcoin season, because technically by this chart, we're like halfway there. We're not in altcoin season, but we're starting to pony up, and we are going to start, I think, a pre-altcoin season. I always call it pre-altcoin season. It's like we get that nice test, but like really truly like altcoins running like they did in 2021, and like things like Polygon or Matic, chain, just some of these coins and the gaming tokens, man, those things went just insane. We always mention Sandbox and Decentraland, all the metaverse stuff, and Axie Infinity. Those tokens went parabolic, and a lot of them weren't even producing any products at all. Like there were crypto gaming tokens that had no product. They had a roadmap, and they barely completed any of their roadmaps, and they were going parabolic. But you did have things that were producing products and were producing games. Illuvium, the ecosystem there, they had 3 different games that you could play. And this thing went up to an evaluation of, it was over $1 billion for a crypto gaming project. And then Axie Infinity, if you look, the market cap peaked at $9 billion. So to just even go down the rabbit hole of like what I think a crypto gaming bull run would be and what we could speculate into, this is where you start to get into the territory of trying to discover low cap little gems, little, different studios. Who is it that I can't remember who talks about UFO gaming. There's someone who watches the channel, and they always mention UFO gaming as their little gem, their pick. It's either Aussie. Is it Aussie? I don't think it's not you, Dreams Tank, but I think it's Aussie who mentions that, and that's like his little gem. He's like, hey, if this starts to get traction, kind of like it did with the some of the coins like in the previous crypto gaming bull run, then even just have a couple $100 in something like that can do insane. LTC, yeah, Litecoin. We mentioned Litecoin as an oscillator for altcoins. So if you're looking at Litecoin and you look at it on the daily here, you can actually, and by the Fibonacci extension, Litecoin's heading up to about $197, $200 per Litecoin. It means we're about halfway through an altcoin season. Once we get up past 275 and in between 275 and 358, we are now getting in some territory where we could be getting overbought for altcoins. I think the trend here, if we're going to follow the previous bull markets and previous altcoin seasons, in 2017, Litecoin got to $370. In 2020, in May, it got to $417 or $420. It actually got right to $420. That's amazing. Let's go. Now, I think for this particular cycle, for altcoins, leading into next year, I think this is where we're gonna really make the case that we're actually going to have the true altcoin breakout happen next year. I know it's hard. I know we're impatient. We want money now, but if we're really patient, I'm telling you, I think we're going to see the most gains in quarter 1 in quarter 2 of next year, because that's when everything that's being lined up right now, everything that's being laid out on the table, the interest rate cuts, the liquidity, the treasuries, the stock, these companies, the stocks, the Bitcoin treasury companies, Strategy, Metaplanet, the Next Technology, GameStop, Galaxy Digital, whatever, like look at, I mean, this is just a short list for Bitcoin treasury companies. Then if you go into the Ethereum treasury companies, like the Tom Lees and the Joe Lubbins, and just it's off the charts. Okay, it's off the charts. So I think we're gonna actually, all the stuff that in the legislation in the United States government, the stablecoin minting, this is all leading for, I think, a massive, massive actual run going into quarter 2 of next year. So I think I think really pushing in, we're going to be seeing in March, April 2026, 650 Litecoin. Yeah, it's about around there. Litecoin is your oscillating altcoin metric. I want to start taking profits around in this level. This is where I really want to start taking profits. Not like taking profits like being scared, but just hedging at the fact that we're getting into the same areas where things get crazy. And if we're in this area for Litecoin, I'm going to wager to bet that my bags are going to be pumping, and that they're going to be at points to where you're going to be like thinking, okay, maybe you should start shaving off a little bit of profits. And I think one of those points is probably going to end up happening in October and November. I think more so in October, we're probably going to, I think that's where we're going to maybe going to feel like we want to take some profits, because we don't want to get rug pulled. It's going to happen. But I really, truly do believe if we can be patient enough, we can be diligent, then I think next year is where we're going to probably see, that's where we're going to see the outcomes of all of this stuff that's happening this year. It's all being laid out. So let's see what happens. Well, all right, my friends, I think we're going to end it. It's 9:43, and we didn't eat enough dinner, so we're really hungry. So we want to eat more food, and we're going to put on something on YouTube. I think watch some aliens, something, ancient aliens. But yeah, we had fun tonight. Thank you guys. You guys made it. You made it. You guys always make it worth it to come and live stream. You hit the like button. We got it over 22 likes. Let's go. And we got the people on X. Sorry, I started it. I thought sometimes Restream is weird. You'll click that button to start the live stream, and then it'll turn itself off. So you have to really make sure it's like you have to double tap it. Like a zombie, you got to double tap that thing. All right, well, again, we really appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. God bless every single one of you. May the Lord Jesus Christ shine his light upon you and your family. And I hope you go into the rest of the week feeling strong, feeling focused, less stressed, and feeling like you can trust yourself. And also give yourself a little bit of grace. Don't be too hard on yourself. and let's have some fun. All right. I'm going to go watch some Ancient Aliens and eat some more food. And I will see you guys on the next live stream. Love you. Peace out.
This token is the end game. It's the shitcoin of shitcoin. I mean, imagine telling your coworker you're quitting because Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you coin. Boom! Imagine the media reporting on Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 and you. Ticker is Bitcoin, breaking 1 billion market cap. Now, unless you hate money, go ahead and visit
HPOSNI.com.